Hi everyone, today's video is going to cover how to choose the right coach, whether it be for a lifestyle health change or for a competition prep, and how to know if the current coach you have is the right coach for you. Fitness Empowerment by Danye, a brand dedicated to flexible nutrition, macronutrient tracking, and a lifestyle without unhealthy extremes. Now, before we jump into the topic at hand, I do want to quickly make an announcement. Congratulations to Vanessa. You are the winner of my 100 subscriber giveaway. You had a really fantastic answer in response to my question asking you guys to talk about your definition of fitness empowerment and what fitness empowerment means to you. So I'm going to put your answer up on the screen here so that everybody else can see how amazing it was. And I will get in touch with you, get your address, and send you my top 10 favorite protein snacks to help you in your journey on health and fitness. So I'm excited for you, and thank you so much for putting out your definition of fitness empowerment and what it means to everybody out there. Okay, jumping into this video, I'm gonna play some of my posing practice from this week in the background. So if you wanna watch the posing, you can do that, and then you can also listen to the discussion on choosing a coach. If not, then just listen. So it's a 2-for-1 deal if you wanna watch both, but you're gonna get some good information out of this, whether you are interested in the bikini posing aspect of my personal journey or not. So if you're just looking for a lifestyle health change, then it's gonna be important for you to listen to this. Also, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any more empowerment tips throughout your journey. So there's a whole lot of information being thrown out around social media about who's a bad coach, who's a good coach, who, it's bad if you have a meal plan, it's bad if you're flexible dieting. So what on earth does it really mean? I mean, there's just so much that's out there. The basic big bottom line is you need to find a coach that you connect with, that cares about you and your personal well-being, and that you work well with. So if whatever program they have you on works for you and you enjoy it and you feel healthy and you feel like they listen to you, that is a good coach. So when you're trying to find these coaches, what are you gonna look for? Well, most people either go by word of mouth is one way to find a coach, or you might just use Google. I mean, that's what the internet's for, right? That's for finding people that you're interested in, finding that personal trainer, that lifestyle coach, whatever it is that you're looking for. For me personally, I used Google to search for a trainer that was in my local area. So finding somebody that is local in your area, that is going to be in a convenient location for you to work out with or to meet with or to talk to, that's going to be something you need to take into consideration. Now, is a geographical location super important if you are looking for an online coach or somebody to just check in weekly or to just check on you weekly? Maybe not. So you have to make that adjustment call as well. Do you want somebody who's local to your area that you have to maintain contact with and meet with in person? Is that the way that you are going to be best held accountable to your nutrition or your fitness plan? I don't know. That's something that you have to make a call on. So that's something to consider. Generally, online coaches can be a little bit less expensive than in-person coaches, and I've had both. So again, I have both sides of the story to offer you guys. So there's definitely positives to having an online coach, and there's definitely positives to having an in-person coach. You truly have to figure out what works best for you. Now, whether you are in the market for an online coach or an in-person trainer or nutrition guidance counselor or a lifestyle coach, you probably want to do a little bit of research on them. Go to their website, see what kind of credentials they have, see what kind of client testimonies they have, see if they have other social media platforms that they're posting their clients' progress pictures on, or talking about how they handle their coaching and what their beliefs are and how they do nutrition. Other people's thoughts are carried a very long way. So if you see somebody who doesn't have any information, they don't have any certifications, not that it's necessary in all cases, if they don't have any training or any background and they claim to, want to charge this much, but you just don't know what's backing it up, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad coach or the wrong person for you, but that means that you have to do a little bit more digging, and that might require you making a phone call or an email and asking to have a consultation with this person. Again, this should go for whether it's an in-person trainer or an online trainer. So you want to talk to them, get to know a little bit about them, see if their approach jives with what you want to achieve. So you need to know a little bit about what you want to achieve, because if you go into a situation thinking that you want to do flexible dieting and this particular coach only offers meal plans, that may not work for you, and you don't want to, have somebody convince you to do something differently. I mean, you want to keep an open mind and be open to different things, but if you want one approach and somebody does something completely differently, that might be a reason not to go with them. So again, that's just something that you need to take into consideration. You want to you're going to interview this person. You, just as much as they want to know about you as a potential client and how well they can work with you, you need to interview them as a potential coach or trainer and see if you like the way that they do business and that you understand what their limitations are and what they expect out of you and what you need to expect out of them. It is a mutual relationship. It's going to work both ways, and both parties have to be happy working with the other party. Obviously, if you are going to spend money on this individual, you want to make sure that your money is going towards what you expect it to go towards. Something else you can do to ensure that you're going to get good service is either go to this person's gym or look on their social media and their client testimonials and reach out to their clients and see what their current client or former client experiences really are and whether what's posted online is actually true and accurate. People are going to tell you exactly how their experience was, especially if they're no longer with that coach or that trainer. So go to the gym. If it's in your local area, go by the gym and ask around and see what other people think about that person as far as their training style and how their approach is, and whether they've been flexible and understanding of any limitations that you have. That's a really, really good way to get a solid idea of how that coach interacts with other people. Or you could just even go to the gym and maybe ask for a day pass and kind of just watch how that trainer interacts with their clients in the gym. Somebody who kind of stands off to the side, doesn't look like they say much, and just kind of doesn't seem very attentive to their client might not be the way that you want to go, as opposed to somebody who is interactive and showing a client exactly how to do an exercise and doing the exercise for them and then explaining it, and really actually being attentive and showing them how to do exercises and answering their questions and things like that. So that might be a good way to kind of sneakily spy get into a gym and kind of see your potential trainer in action to know if you want to go with that person or not. Along with your research, check to see if this client or if this coach or trainer is actually legitimate as far as their business goes. Are they asking for a check or cash under the table? Is it going into a business account? Do they have any business cards? Do they have a website? Is there anything official? Maybe they're just starting off. Maybe they're a sole proprietor. Maybe they're an LLC. Maybe they don't have a ton of social media out there, but that's something that you should take into consideration as far as, are they charging a rate that is reasonable, or are they just doing this on the side? Do they have cookie cutter plans that they seem to be offering all their clients, or are they really taking into account my lifestyle and my background and what is going on with me and personalizing a plan just for me? And maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you want a cookie cutter plan. Maybe you want, hey, give me exactly what I need to eat and I don't want to think about it. Maybe that's for you, and that's totally fine. You just need to figure out exactly what you want so that you know what you want to expect out of a trainer. Now let's talk about some red flags for either when you're choosing a trainer or if you already have a trainer or a coach and you just feel like something's not quite right. So the first thing, if you don't have a trainer yet or you're going through kind of an interview phase or consultation process and they don't seem to ask any questions about your current well-being and your current nutrition intake and your current exercise plan or any previous plans you have had, any previous dieting or specific fad diets that you've been on, or any previous injuries, any previous medical limitations, anything like that. If they don't go over or ask you any questions about anything like that, I would say that's red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, if they don't have any legal paperwork, documentation like a liability waiver or talking about a social media waiver, if they want to post your progress pictures on their social media, anything like that, any waiver, anything that you might need to sign, any type of contract. If you don't have some sort of contract saying, this is what I'm going to offer you as a coach, and this is what you should expect to receive from me, this is what I'm going to charge you, this is what you're getting in return for your money, this is the service I'm providing. If there's no contract, then just be aware that any money you spend, you might not get back if something goes wrong. So you really want to understand the whole picture of what's going on before you throw money somebody's way because you are just desperate to make a change in your lifestyle. All right, red flag number 3, if you start talking to other clients after you've hired this particular coach and you notice that your meal plan sounds the same as their meal plan, or your fitness routine sounds the same as their fitness routine, and every time that you get an update for a change, they get an update for a change, just know it's possible that that sounds a little cookie cutter. So just kind of be aware of that, make a mental note, and maybe ask your coach. It could be that you have very similar body styles, very similar metabolisms, very similar goals, but if it's exactly the same as somebody else's, just question it. Ask your coach. They may have a very good valid reason, but you will never know if you don't ask. So question, question, question. They should either have an answer or know where to go find an answer, and if they can't give you an answer, that's a problem. Okay, the next red flag would be if your coach doesn't appear to be attentive or care about your personal well-being, whether that be physical or mental health. They need to care. So if you are bringing concerns to their attention and they aren't doing anything about it, that's a problem. And when I say not doing anything about it, so maybe you have some hormonal issues and you know it's a problem and you bring it to the attention of your coach and they say, you're fine, your calories are fine, you're good to go, and they don't do anything or ask any more questions or refer you to somebody else. If it's outside of their scope of practice, they have the ability to refer you to a registered dietitian or tell you to go see your physician, or honestly say, hey, with your symptoms, this is what I know from my training, but I'm not an expert in it. I would suggest you go see, this person over here. If they don't care and they don't respond and do a little bit of research and help you try to find the root cause of your problem, get out, run away, because they're there for the money, or they are just not knowledgeable of how to respond. And that, you're going to have a conversation with them, and it's not going to be easy. It's not usually easy to confront someone and say, hey, I don't feel like you're respecting me. You are not giving me what I need. And maybe they just don't understand that. Maybe they just don't have the training as far as that goes. So have a conversation before you get defensive about anything. But if they truly don't care, then it's probably time for you to find somebody else or not hire that individual. Okay, the next red flag is more specific to competitors, and it maybe not specific just to bodybuilders, but this is, a little bit more personal to me because I am a bodybuilder. So if your coach has you on extremely low calories, granted, extremely low calories differs by the person, but if you feel that you are starving, not hungry, but starving all the time, and you bring it to their attention and they don't do anything about it, or they tell you you're fine, that's a red flag. If your coach is not talking to you about your nutrition plan and what is on your meal plan and why it's on your meal plan and how the different items on your meal plan help you and optimize your health, and what protein does for your body, what carbs do for your body, what fats do for your body. If they're not talking to you and educating you on the nutrition that you're putting into your body, that's a red flag. If they're not listening to you when you tell them that you don't feel well and why you don't feel well, that's a red flag. There's so many people out there that maybe they've been taught a specific way, and that's kind of a bro science way where you have these couple different types of lean protein and these couple types of carbs and almost no fats, or you can only have coconut oil, and it's just a very cookie cutter way to do things. Does it work? Yes. Is that what's going to work for you long term? I don't know. That's a question you have to ask yourself. If you are happy on a low calorie diet, or if you don't want to know what's in your food that you're eating and you just want to follow that plan and you like it and you're getting the results, fine. But if you have questions and you don't like the plan that you're on and you can't seem to get any nutrition facts from your coach, and you're just like yearning for more knowledge on what you're eating and why you're eating it, maybe it's time for you to get a new coach. Just something to think about. So it's not necessarily that a lot of these coaches out there have a bad intention in mind, but they're a little bit maybe closed-minded when they kind of feel like you have to, you know, embrace the suck a little bit. Like it's supposed to be awful, it's supposed to be hard. Yeah, it is hard, but it doesn't have to be miserable. You can find a way to make it more enjoyable, and you've got to find a way that works for you. The best diet is the one that's going to work for you in the long haul. And I don't mean long haul as in 6 to 9 months when you're prepping for a show. I mean long haul, what can you do for the next 3 to 5 to 10 years? What can you sustain for a lifetime? Like, what do you want your health to look like in 10 years? Do you want to do something ridiculous that is going to just, you know, kill your metabolism and just make you feel awful and really affect things later on down the road? Is that what you want? Do you want a quick fix? I don't know the answer to this question. This is a very personal question. So you have to figure out what's going to work well for you. And if you're not happy or you have questions and your questions can't get answered, then you need to branch out a little bit, have a conversation with your coach first, and, you know, ask and say, hey, I've got these questions. I don't understand this. Like, I need more answers. Hopefully they can work with you, but if they can't, then it's time to move on. All right, you guys, comment below with your thoughts on what makes a good personal trainer and what you should look for, whether it be online, in person, lifestyle coach, nutrition guidance, competition prep, whatever it might be. Comment below with your thoughts on, you know, how you went about choosing your own, and then what kind of red flags you look for. That way it can be helpful for everybody else that looks down there in the comment section. Thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure again you give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and then make sure you share it with your friends and family. I know I enjoy talking about this subject. I want to give everybody the best information out there that's possible and help you all find the plans that work best for you. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the posing practice. It definitely helps me. I love to just, it helps so much really to rewatch your own steps and what you do. And that's how you learn. And it's the same in every sport. What do coaches do after games? They go back and they look at the footage, and you kind of see it from a different perspective than when you're kind of in your first person self. So thank you thank you again. I will catch you guys in the next video.